Let's be totally and brutally honest here. Sean Corbin makes Valerie Brudov look like Ivan Drago. It's as simple as that. He's beat what's in front of him tonight. He faces me. He's going to visit mental demons again. And let's get something straight. Come to me, mate. You come to me. Next time, ain't no judge is going to be needed. I'm going to do worse than Kovalev. I am going to do worse than Kovalev.
On Saturday night, mate, you better hold it together. I'm going to smash it near you to pieces, mate. I'm going to hit him. When he gets in the ring and we get 10-ounce gloves on, I'm going to smash his head to bits. I'm going to do it November the 30th against all odds. No matter what people say, the journalists write what you want. All as I'll say is tune back in and then look at me on December the 1st when I am world champion. It's as simple as that. I'm willing to die in that ring. It's as simple as that. I am willing to die. I'm willing to die, Zaddy. Is he?
Oh, Bellew of the week. What was that? Wait, somebody said you narrowly just missed out on Bellew of the week, mate. Was close. You and Bean. What Bean? Tell me more. What does that mean? I'm clueless what you're talking about, buddy. What does that mean? Share some insights with me. Bellew of the week. Hello. I just got to let you know.
He's got a strange choice of song there. That was Lionel Richie's "Hello." Anyone fucking, there's something dodgy going on in that fucking video. When I was a kid, that used to freak me out, right? Because you know the woman in this, right? Mm. She's blind, isn't she? And she's making a perfect bust of Lionel Richie's head, even though she's not been able to see. But then he phones her, right? She turns on the light before she answers the phone. There's something fucking up with that.
Oh, brilliant, Rob. Are you going to dissect Celine Dion and the ice sculpture next week?
Listen, I had a lecturer say to me one time, listen, you are a tangential thinker, and I didn't know what the fuck he meant.
Oh, dear. Well, Andy, as you well know, we got quite the celebrity endorsement this week. The full interview will be coming soon, but a friend of the pod, I can now call him officially, a friend of the pod has endorsed us, so let's have a listen.
This is Father Dave, and you're listening to the Boxing Asylum podcast.
Yeah.
Christ be with you, Father Dave.
Steve Wellens gets up at 4 a.m. to do the hard jars, mate. Congratulations. We've now got our own in-house priest. So if ever feeling down or got the blues, we could always go and do our confession.
Indeed, the man himself.
I think you should have saved that for I think you should have waited and just surprised everyone on the fucking 500, man.
I know, but I couldn't hold my water, could I? I might be dead by then. Anyway, thank you to Father Dave. Let's go on to Bellew of the week. First of all, Ricky Graville sent this one in to me. Clorissa the Groat Shields. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Eddie Hearn, but me and Marshall have been getting randomly drug tested for the past 3.5 to 4 months, leading up to this fight by VADA testing. Don't be mad because you wanted a fighter to risk their life against your fighter for a payday. Loser. The Groat's going in on Eduardo.
Hey, Eddie said he was 99% sure there was no VADA testing. 99%, baby.
The poor Groat was horrified by that afterwards. You hear her on the interview, she said, I don't like Eddie Hearn now anymore. Go on, Groat.
Get on here. An endorsement from the Groat coming soon. Exactly. If Eddie is not liked by the Groat, we're fans of the Groat indeed. Isaac Warrior Low, I'm not really sure what's been going on here, but it seems like he's been rinsed, the poor fellow, on Twitter. Any insights on this one, Andy? Apparently someone's taken the rise from Isaac and promised him some tickets and took the money and not delivered.
Is that Newcastle? NUFC?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Fuck, mate. He should be glistening. He should be fucking happy that they get tickets to Newcastle.
No, tickets for you, mate. No matches for you.
But it's a bit snide, to be fair, actually. But at the same time, I want to know who fucking helped him type that up, because there's too many fucking correct words spelled in there. What the fuck's going on there?
I know. I was looking at that. I'm like, the grammar is pretty bad nonetheless. You know, he's missing
I know, but the spelling's pretty much spot on.
Yeah. Somebody might be using to learn speech to text.
I was surprised he was able to do an online transaction, Isaac, though, because he can't spell his name, never mind try and punch in details to transfer cash. But he's a fucking moron. How do you get scammed for Newcastle tickets? Fuck's sake. Anyway, he tweeted a picture. He tweeted a picture about the guy, didn't he? And said he's found him and he's going to hunt him down.
Liam Neeson now, is he?
Liam Neeson.
Be surrounded by a half dozen caravans. Got you,
He has a very-
motherfucker.
He has a very specific set of skills.
He's rape ready.
I will find you and I will kill you.
He's going after Stephen Rowe. What have we got here? Next one.
fuck is
Mr.
that,
Anderson
man?
nominated Coney. Huey Fury standing in the ring like Coney boxing. Let's put this one. Oh, that's brutal, isn't it?
Oh, that is. Reminds me of a joke there, Steve. Do you know what the leper said to the prostitute when he was finished?
Oh, prostitutes now, is it?
Go on.
Keep the tip.
Yes, thank you, Rob. My faith in humanity is restored.
I hadn't heard that one. Good job, Matty. And there's Huey.
And
in
Rob.
the...
That's teamwork.
And
It
Rob,
makes
yeah,
the dream work,
teamwork.
Steve.
Makes the dream work, absolutely. There's Huey Fury. He was there last night in his jacket. Who knows when he'll be out in the ring next? We can but hope. Joseph Webb has nominated Anthony Fowler. Fowler, I scored that round by round and ended up 5-5. I think Shields won her rounds bigger, but what a fight for women's boxing. Joseph Webb says, nominations for all his tweets on this fight, please. Horrendous. Well, I only cut that one. Hey.
Why is 5-5 a fucking Value of the Week nominated tweet? What the fuck is this?
The same
shit
as you,
about?
Matty. You in good company.
I swear to fucking God.
Let's go with a draw. There's that must be Photoshop, that, isn't it?
I said to the Aussie last night, I thought she looked more like Antonio Brown, actually, to be fair.
Antonio Tom.
My little one, I don't want to fucking go. My little one was watching this fight last night. She goes, "Ma'am, I like what that fella in the green is wearing. His outfit is cool."
I have a feeling that this version of Tim Bradley has gotten more pussy than all of us combined.
Oh my God. Great bunch of lads. Great bunch of lads. Joseph Webb, Peter Fury, very invested in this woman's fight.
Must have just took an Advil there or something like that, you know.
Oh, yeah, a few people going in on Peter Fury, but they're not going in on Astrid Wet, Misfits Boxing. The grudge match is ready. I didn't
Sorry,
cut the
say that
video.
again. Nobody's going into Astrid. Say again.
Too easy, Andy, too easy. Astrid Wet works the pads ahead of her clash with Keeley. Did you see her on the pads?
I didn't actually.
I saw the fight, and I'd heard before the fight that she was a banger.
That person she fought though, mate, should not been anyone.
It was
These
her
exhibitions
dad.
last night. These exhibitions.
I've never heard of this person. Like, I've never heard this person. And I'm not a fucking saint, a saint or whatever, or I know a few pawns that I've never heard of this one. Like, so she must be low down the fucking scales of the pound for pound rankings if I've never fucking even heard of her. But apparently she was fighting her ex's daughter. So
really,
get over to fucking yeah. It was some Jerry Springer type Jeremy Kyle dispute that they were having live on pay-per-view. Isaac Lowe was fucking outraged, man. If only he could fucking express how he feels about it. He's fucking disgusted. It's not, and she's not even like, but she's not even like a fucking. Do you know what I mean? There's plenty more. Like,
right. But these licensed fights, so mate, because that one that she fought, or shall we say, moved the boot with, they shouldn't even been in the ring, mate.
Must be. They must be under the same, like getting the same licenses that these fucking idiots are getting
I
on.
was unlicensed. Look at the referee, man. He was he was a big fat guy, wasn't he, with a t-shirt on?
Well, are you talking about Terry O'Connor?
No, not this time.
Terry O'Connor.
No, they're not licensed. They're not sanctioned by anybody or anything like that. But
I heard differently. I heard before the fight she passed a physical and an STD test.
Yeah, well, mate, you've got to do something, haven't you? But fuck me, they were embarrassing, some of those fights. I mean, you had one fat cunt at the weigh-in eating a Greg's, you know, and having his belly slapped.
Yes.
Yeah, look at the fucking state of him.
You need to respect anyone who steps in the ring. You got this all wrong.
The guy slapped his belly in that, eh?
He does, yeah, literally. Yeah, mate. Literally, the other guy, while he's fucking eyeing up his Greg's there, like his fucking opponent was there just slapping his gut.
Lucas Brown, Lucas on his roll, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's just embarrassing. But I tell you what, though, I mean, we'll come on to it in a minute, but Callum fucking Sauerland, a nomination for himself. You know, he's gone from promoting the World Boxing Super Series to this trash. He's just get rid of him. Just get fucking rid of him, you know. He was uncomfortable about all that shit he's had about the fucking Ben Eubank fight. Fully deserved. You know, he associates with this and you know, and DAZN, you know, Sky had that big night of women's boxing last night, and DAZN are treating their fucking loyal subscribers to this shit. Fucking, you know, Z standard porn stars and fat bastards eating Greggs on the scales and then putting some gloves on and having a move around. Absolute joke. Absolute, just embarrassing. This is embarrassing for the sport, you know. It's just, you know, it shouldn't be having any airtime whatsoever. But then you've got maggots spending money and buying tickets and going to the shows.
I kind of get what you mean, as it's not like fucking, you know what I mean? Like, this is on DAZN, like, do you know what I mean? It's not like fucking these celebrity matches get fucking, you have Roy Keane and Gary Neville digging the boys out at half time, like on Sky, you know what I mean? It's like fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
It's judged as what it is, but they're selling this as fucking fights to try and prop up this fucking shit show that has been DAZN pay per view since it started. Like.
That's what kills me. It's not just
was it a pay per view?
Yeah,
this
all this shit is.
Yeah,
KSI is pay per view. All that shit is, dude. All of it is.
I have me doubts if anyone had even paid for. I have me doubts if anyone had even paid for Astrid Wett's pornos, let alone her fucking fights. Like, Jesus Christ.
I know somebody who would, Rob, looking in the corner of the photo.
Yeah, that one took me a second. I've been laughing in the background here.
Ben Russell saying this wasn't pay per view. Okay.
It wasn't right. I tell you what, though, it got. I think I seen one of the guys. I have no idea who the people were, but one of them got dropped with like a left hook, and then claimed after the fight that it didn't count because he was off balance, completely ignoring the fact that he got fucking chinned by a legitimate punch, but because he was off balance, it didn't count.
There was one that I seen literally, he got dropped after 3 seconds, literally walked in at the shot, fucking first punch the guy through, he's doing on his arse.
Fuck's sake. Oh, well, that's the zone for you, everybody. Moving on. Here's some serious stuff on DAZN, Andy. Did you watch this? The Gabba, Dempsey McKean calling out AJ?
Mate, telling you right now, you know you're bad when people are actually saying Lucas Brown would knock you out.
Ooh.
Lucas, Big Daddy Brown, that is. You know, guys like 45 eat sausage rolls at the weigh-in or before his fights. That's who they're saying. This guy, he trains with Jimmy Tibbs, Tony Sims, and
Kevin
Mitchell was in his corner there on Saturday. But mate, he is not good to watch. He is not good to watch whatsoever, and it's a bit damning when some people, well, a lot of people were saying that Lucas Brown would actually spark you out. So.
And I think Brown is supposed to fight Gerald Miller in a couple of fights.
Or as Costello would say, mate, it's not looking good, bruv.
Costello. Mike Costello?
Mike Costello. Yeah. That's an idea for a pod, isn't it?
They are.
ID boxing. Get that one on.
Castillo and Costello. They are.
We're here all week to make it up for your content for these boys.
I tell you what, Dempsey McKean was calling out Fury when he turned over pro, but it actually reminded me of Fury's debut. Like when people first saw Tyson Fury fight, most people thought he was absolute abomination, and a lot of people thought he was a mockery. And he went on to become one of the fucking great heavyweights of the modern era. So I don't expect the same things from Dempsey McKean. I'm just making a point.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when Fury's uppercutting himself, I kind of see where people are coming from in that regard, you know.
And losing to fucking what's his name, McDermott.
John McDermott.
Jim McDonald. Arthur Dane has nominated Dr. Igbokwe Jr. He said, few years of cheating, a weight bully. Know this and no peace. Well, that's quite a nice message, actually, Dr. Igbokwe. Thank you very much for that one. He's no Dr. Ojeo. Here we are. I thought this was an all-female card, says Smido. Who was this fellow? Tom Greenan or Greenhouse? Or
it was Ozzy was asking, or Dave Lee was asking. It was on the Sky card there, because I was like, I was flipping between that and the Fight TV card. Like I said, I'm like, who the fuck's singing here? I was actually going through tabs trying to mute things. Like, who the fuck's? And I realised
this was part of the show.
Aye,
this was
the show. The boxing show. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Oh my god, this was a fucking abomination, man. Who was this fucking guy? I knew the song because it must be on the radio, but he was out it, like it's got to be hard. Like, by the way, you're coming into a boxing event and you're going to decide to do like 2 pop songs in the middle of it in the fucking that totally out of place with the fucking theme of the night as well. Women's boxing card, and you have a fella coming out doing his bit of fucking singing or whatever. But he was off tune like a motherfucker. Sounded like someone strangling that cat that was chasing the dogs down the street there a few weeks ago.
I hate cats.
Who is he? What's his name? Someone enlighten us in the chat. Who
is it?
Grennan. Tom Grennan, says Ben Russell.
Doesn't even sound like he should be famous, does it? That's not a famous person's name. Oh, here comes pop star Tom Grennan.
I was waiting to say, did it like pop star like that fucking, what's his name? Like Gareth A. What's his name? Like Gareth fucking...
Gareth A. Davies.
Aye, him has got the teeth like you fucking great cheese through it. What the fuck was his name? Gareth... You know Hump Jordan as well?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, the stuttery guy.
Aye. I think he blew Jordan's doors off. Well,
says me.
What was left of him, basically, aye.
Need to get them on the Phantom of the Opera.
Gareth Gates, Andy. That's
Gareth Gates. There we go.
Double G, not triple G. Double G.
Anyway, Nobody Carry Last nomination for Price and Artingstall for their hairstyle tonight. What were they playing at? Well, who knows? Alex Arthur nominated by Franny. Lord Darren Menzies of Glencoe said, "Who are you picking for the win?" Alex Arthur says, "I've got to go with Clorissa Shields. She's one of the most special human beings I've ever met in my life. What she's endured to be where she is today is phenomenal. I've said before, Ali, Leonard, Robinson, Mayweather, that's the cloth she's from. Hashtag God gifted." They are, Andy. That's quite the endorsement from your fellow Scotsman, Mr. Arthur.
Yeah. Alex has took a few shots in his lifetime, no mate, better than me, to be
That's Michael Gomez, rewired him.
Certainly, mate. Left took fucking central. But look, we kind of... We'll leave it at this, but look, Shields is like... She's like probably far better than anything that they're just now. Maybe outside of Katie Taylor, who I think is coming to the win, but... Come on, man! You got to let her. You got the women's game compared to the men's game is totally different. It's like a totally different sport. But at the same time, as you can't be putting her in this fucking same presence as the true greatest of all times. Like Robinson and Ali, man. Come on.
Yeah, you probably need at least 20 fights.
Yeah, exactly. 13-0, baby. Paul Reed is nominated this hologram Pac-Man. Manny Pacquiao squares off with exhibition opponent DKU as a hologram, Matty. Watch live on Fight TV on December the 10th. Pacquiao versus you. A hologram fight. We've seen it all.
What?
I didn't get this. I seen the video of this. What was actually going on? I thought, was Manny not actually there?
Well, clearly not if it was a hologram. If that was...
I know, but...
So are they having holograms fight, or are they gonna fight and they're gonna stream it in
other
places as a hologram?
From what I've seen is that basically Pacquiao couldn't make like the initial announcement. So they've done a hologram of him and they've done an initial face off, and this DKU has basically squared up to a hologram.
Oh, thank Christ. Thank Christ.
I mean, come on.
That's the least bad option.
There's another DK that could do with a hologram.
Fucking hell, man.
You never know where he might turn up.
I was going to... Who even is DKU? Is he like another one of these random kickboxers?
No, he's a YouTuber, I think, mate.
Really?
What?
I think he's a YouTuber.
Yeah, he's a YouTuber, is he? From the Warfare Combat System, sorry.
No. My God. They're literally dominating boxing, YouTubers, getting in the ring with that fucking Mayweather, Pacquiao. My God. Well... Technically not. He's squared up to a hologram at the moment, so I think it's watch this space for you against the hologram at the moment.
Deontay Wilder would have knocked that hologram out.
Remember time he knocked out that fucking mask?
I was going to say, it was in Spain. Was it in Spain or something like
Mexico,
that? When was it Mexico? Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
Well, I remember him saying Wilder after it, he didn't think anybody was in the costume. What the fuck was in it then? Honestly, what the hell was in it then? Is it like, it's a robot, so he's going to punch a robot, or is it just this big fucking soft toy? Yeah. Poor cunt got his nose broken as
He
well.
got fucking brutalmente honesto on El Dusty Obin.
Yeah.
I got to laugh at that. My goes comment there. We talking about like said Manny that guy squared up the Manny hologram. He says John Hughes once squared up to a telly before. To be honest, I've seen Conor McGregor doing the same. Actually, I've seen Conor McGregor walk back and forward in his living room with his telly going. It's like he's getting ready to fight, square up to the telly. I'll fuck you up, bitch.
DKU is shouting that he's going to do Jinky like a dog.
This just makes me want them to remake fucking Enter the Dragon, but do the scene with mirrors with holograms instead.
Oh, be careful.
Bullshit, Mr. Handman.
Matt Butters said would not give Campbell Hatton good odds against the hologram.
That should be a good fucking nickname for Hatton, shouldn't it? Campbell the hologram Hatton.
Mate, we said last week there is not a performance enhancing drug made on this earth that will improve Campbell Hatton.
Campbell Hatton.
Make the biggest cocktail as you want. It ain't happening. It ain't improving.
I'm sold on Hands of Foam. That's fucking
Hands of Foam.
Brilliant.
Oh dear. Anyway, moving on. The Motor City Cobra. Bitter bastards bringing this up. Something I made up yesterday. Get a life. Eddie again. All I said, I wasn't sure at this fight had VADA. Great that it does. All the best for Saturday night, champ.
Shatter. Felt his breeks.
He's such a troll. He has a go with everybody else for being trolls, but he's such a troll, isn't he?
I'll never forget an interview he did. I'll never forget an interview he did where he was nailing people for being bitter, and he sat there. I'm not bitter. I'm not this and not that. He's one bitter bastard now, without a doubt. He fucking hates it.
Bitter bastards.
Remember, he wasn't going to leave the sport as an old man, bitter old man. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. He's annoyed anyway. He's bitter here. VADA stopped this fight and cost us a fortune. Keep your eyes peeled, as Eddie Hearn insists. There's more to this story.
But, Eddie, sorry, Edward, John Hearn, VADA's not got the power to stop fights, mate. You just report on the tests, remember? Remember, Edward? It's just VADA just report the test results. That's all they do, baby.
That's a good
That's
point.
all they do. Yeah. Come on, now, Eddie. Quit with the lies. Sorry. Quit with the bending off the truth. Come on, now, Edward.
He's such a bullshitter, isn't he? He does these little vague statements like there's more to this than meets the eye. I can't say anything at the moment, but you just wait. You just wait to see what comes out in the wash.
See what he does, man. See what he does for misdirection. He bombards you with information. So, for example, if he's talking about a card, for example, we've got so-and-so and this person and XYZ and he, B, C and all that type of stuff. Who are they fighting, Eddie? So he throws you all these fighters' names like they're fucking some sort of top-tier talent, but they're not fighting anybody. They just try and pick up his cards. But again, this was brilliant. Brilliant. You know, on one hand, VADA destroys fights. On the other hand, they only report the tests. But Eddie's lost a fortune on Parley. Oh, my God. My heart bleeds.
I'm starting to think he might be a bit of a bullshitter.
You think so, mate?
Impression, Rob. Back
to me. Eddie Hearn might be a bit of a bullshitter.
The thing is, man, the bots seem to have fucking packed up and went home as well. They're usually over everything on Twitter, man. They've not been anywhere, and fucking they've had like weeks to get up on top of this situation. You know, to come out with that Ben failed the test because he was licking out his missus because he's on the drugs, that type of stuff. But he's going to get off it. He's going to get off it.
I'm sure we'll get to it in Bellew of the Week, but did anyone see his fucking Conor Benn's Instagram post? Is that been nominated, Steve? Yeah.
Malcolm X.
Yeah,
where he's quoting revolutionary
context.
leader Malcolm X, where he said, if you're not careful, the media will have you thinking that the fucking bad guys or the oppressed people are the fucking bad guys. Quite kind of not the same, Conor Benn, is it, man?
I know. Malcolm X made that comment during the height of the fucking, you know, the race issue, but the civil rights issue, sorry, back in the
60s,
60s and 70s. Fuck me, man. How is that even comparable to Conor Benn's situation?
I didn't land on women's fertility drugs. Women's fertility drugs landed on me.
But honestly, fucking Eddie, man, VADA stopped this fight. Margaret Goodman, by the way, she needs to be fucking told about this. She's stopping fights these days without her knowledge. Fucking incredible.
Shout out to Dr. Margaret Goodman. Yeah, evening Eddie, indeed. Yes, I did have that Conor Benn one cut, but I can't find it. I will endeavour to try and find it before Bellew of the Week is finished, and especially Lou DiBella's response. Finally, from me, though, here we are. Cameron B has nominated Ben Shalom. Ben Shalom said the scores were wide. I thought it was a split decision. Ben Shalom has his say on the Shields Marshall scorecards, agreeing with Peter Fury. They seemed wider than in reality. Split decision, says Cameron B. Those are all
Nice
the ones
guy,
I've
Ben
got
Shalom.
for the time, guys. He's a lovely
Knows what
fellow,
he's
this
doing.
Ben. Doing his best. He's on top of things.
He
The
knows
head,
what he's doing.
the face of skyboxing. Right, while I endeavour to try and find Conor Benn tweet, is there any nominations from you this week, Andy, please?
Not much, mate, to be fair, but I've actually got two. Probably one for but they're both for Eddie, actually, unfortunately. So Eddie had come out and he said on Dr. Usman, thanks to Martin at New Age Boxing for this one, by the way, but the quote was, Conor Benn has had no association with him, Dr. Usman, this is. I believe he met him once and no previous conversations or of conversations after. It's not like he's been spending time with him. He hasn't. Then somebody, Martin, posted a picture of Conor Benn receiving a Versace gift of Dr. Usman on Instagram. So, yeah, there's that. And then Eddie's come out by saying that Zilfa Barrett is going to be challenging Rakimov for the IBF title over in Dubai. What does that do, Steve? I just made Eddie aware that this is the same Rakimov who had all that test and stuff, or all those drugs found in his hotel room in South Africa a few years back.
You bitter bastard.
Yeah.
Bitter bastards.
Eddie wouldn't associate with that guy then, Andy. That's that
Would
fight
he
off.
fuck, mate? Would he fuck?
No,
So all I was
no.
asking Eddie was this. Eddie, Pedwardo, is a VADA test involved, mate? That's all we want to know. Because your man who's fighting on the card has been done for smelling, well, I think it was smelling salts, but there was like intravenous drips. I'll even, Steve, I don't know if you can maybe try and snip it, mate, just to let the boys see, just to show we're no bitter bastards and making it up and being untruthful. So I'll stick it in the chat then, if you can maybe just snip that for us. Let's let the people see what we're talking
Yes,
about.
I will
That's
do my
only two
I
that
think
best.
the funny thing was as well is Dr. Usman later appeared at Matchroom's fight camp as well. Part of Team Ben.
We know that because there's a £6 receipt for a pizza that he bought on the night.
You beat me to it.
I
good
knew
lad.
it would come back to bite him in the ass, the greedy son of a bitch.
You bitter bastards.
Right, I can't find the Conor Benn one at the moment, so I'm just going to give up on that. Matty, any from you while I try and add this one from Andy, please?
Yeah, I got a few. So they're discussing before the Russell Rodriguez fight, the loss of Gary Russell Sr., who Heidi Androlls described as the matriarch for the Russell family. Then you had the performance of referee Benji Esteves in the aforementioned fight, which was absolutely pathetic. And then after that stunning knockout over Anthony Durrell, Caleb Plant, with his very clever shirt plan, wasn't even able to correctly read his shirt and was saying the words in the wrong order. So, all three of them, I'll just go ahead and put that out there.
Well, Matty, can I just say you're a bit of a hater in the era of Conor Benn and his fertility drugs? How do you know Gary Russell Sr. wasn't the matriarch of the family?
I know it was very wrong for me to assume his gender.
Exactly.
Remember, Married with Children, the owner of Gary's Shoes was a woman named Gary. Yeah.
Gary.
Exactly. Well said. Here we are, Andy.
Woo! Look, I'm talking about, mate.
Putting up those pictures,
Look
man.
at this. Look at this shit. Now, if anybody's seen this fight, right? I think Steve maybe seen it, but I can remember it clearly. So anyway, he fought this guy called Vizeli. He's South African. I think he might have been knocked out on an American card after this, actually, maybe against Diaz, I'm not too sure. But anyways, watch the fight and you'll see him getting sniffing salts during rounds. Now, what I didn't know at the time was that apparently smelling salts are
illegal.
Well, yeah, but they might be illegal because obviously they give an opening. But I believe it's down to the local commission, or so according to the IBF rules. So, but anyway, they were found tubings, IVFs, syringes, and all that other shit that was found in his hotel room. Didn't even bother to pack it up. They just fucking left it lying there and walked out. So, just FYI, by the way. So.
Was that not the
Clinch-
fight whenever it was even Stevens, and then all of a sudden Rakimov gets the boost and he comes out like
Yep.
a nutcase and stops Fazili? I remember that. Yeah.
7th or 8th round, I think it was.
That's
maybe.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can clearly see him kind of doing something. I can remember Alex Ariza doing something shady with Maidana against Brunner, was something to do with one of the gauzes, and they put it under fucking Chino's nose or under his face, and it kind of gave him a wee bit of kind of like hingy, a
Okay.
bit of buzz, a wee bit kind of like bring round. But yeah,
Could do with some of that myself to get through these podcasts, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, especially after last week's mission.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much. Rob, any from you, please?
Bean has had a fantastic week. I don't know if it was ID boxing. I said it in the Nutters Messenger group, Get a Life. He's fucking lost the plot, man. He was given an interview, right? I think it was ID, but it might have been one of the other ones. I was just kind of listening to the clips in the background. I was doing stuff, but he was doing the interview in his commentator voice. So you know the way he has two voices normally. He just does this like, but
you're very hard.
Like, are you looking forward to the fight this week, Adam? And he was like, let me just tell you, we're building something special here. Caroline Dubois, she's going to be out of this world. Let me tell. I'm like, has he lost the fucking point? Is he talking like this? Just fucking answer the question, would you? Caroline Dubois, we've got Michaela Mayer, Alicia Baumgartner. Like, fucking relax now, will you? Just tell the fucking. So that was hilarious. I gotta be more fucking active on my fucking clipping and send these things to Mr. Wellington earlier.
Okay.
Like, but it was epic, man. I gotta dig it out anyway. I'll find it for next week when we've nothing to watch.
Oh, good stuff. Always good for a bit of Bean. Anything from you, Ozzy, please?
Nothing from me.
Nothing from us.
I've got one.
Fucking suck that. Suck it.
Dear diary moment, this, by the way.
It's nothing impressive. It's for a nomination for Coogie Bear, who soiled himself when confronted by the guard. Yeah,
yes, I forgot about that.
The guard went in on him about asking basically shit questions for an interview with Eddie Hearn, and Coogan just had no idea what to say. Basically, just went, I'm not going to pass comment on that. I'm not going to pass comment. So yeah, the guard bullying Coogan Cassius on interview, which Simon Jordan has later gone in on the IFL as well, saying basically went, you don't ask good questions. So yeah,
did Cougs consider showing him his tattoos to diffuse the situation?
Fuck me. Careful what you ask for.
You wouldn't want to be whipping that leg out on Zoom. Let me tell you.
Oh dear. Right. Okay, so let's go through them very quickly, shall we? And then everyone can do their picks. Episode 496. First of all, we had Clorissa the Groat Shield going in on Pedwardo. We had Isaac Warrior Low versus Stephen Rowe. Epic battle. We had Huey Fury for his jacket last night. We had Anthony Fowler. We've got Tim Bradley as Nicola Adams. We've got Peter Fury. We had Astrid Wett. We had the Misfits card. We had Dempsey McKean. We went in for Dr. Igbokwe. Tom Grennan singing at the show. We had Price and Artingstall. We had Alex Arthur. The Hologram versus Manny Pacquiao was thrown in there as well. Pedwardo again. Lovely Ben Shalom. And Pedwardo again. Andy, I believe you have a late one coming in.
Yeah, it's the one that Ozzy was talking about, mate, so here it is.
This is Coogan Cassius for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. The final press conference here for Shields and Marshall Take 2. I'm here with superstar on IFL TV at the moment, racking up numbers like no tomorrow.
Eddie Hearn. Well, look at you, you got your little interview with Eddie Hearn, your hour interview with Eddie Hearn afterwards. You didn't ask him the question, why wasn't anything revealed between September the 23rd and October the 4th? But I'm sure it will come out. Probably buried under legalese and you couldn't. But yeah, it's lovely to be on with you as always.
Just in reference to that, I'm not going to make any comment on that right now. But no comment. I'm not going to make any comment on that right now. Everyone's had their opinion on the Eddie Hearn interview, but I'm not going to make any comment on that right now. But we're here, obviously.
Woo! 3 times he was struggling there. 3 times he came out with the same phrase. I will not make any comment on that right now. Literally within a 15-second fucking time span.
Well, I know fucking Richard D. Hall, but I suspect from analysis of that statement that Coogan is well aware of the grand reveal that's coming.
Oh, I'm without doubt. He's on speed dial for that fucking exclusive break, I can tell you.
Rich Planet TV wouldn't get near the guard. That'd be one step too far. You'd never see him again.
I must admit, the Gads came across pretty well this last couple of weeks, well, the last week, so the interviews. I've watched quite a few interviews.
He's shown his loyalties to. He's basically got a BT flag nailed to his
I
chest
suppose.
now, hasn't he? So
I suppose,
he's
but-
just going in on Eduardo and Ben. And
Well,
I tell you, the
remember-
tides have
remember
turned.
Remember Eddie pulled him up though in front of the members of the cameras that time. I
Yeah.
forget what he said to him and that. So this is him getting his own back on him, eh?
But Spencer Oliver went in on Eduardo and Conor Benn as well, which was an interesting watch. Basically, going at Eddie, who was saying, like, you know, we need to wait. We need to give Conor Benn a chance. And Spencer Oliver just going, why the fuck do we need to give him a chance? He's tested fucking positive. How difficult is it to understand?
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah,
Spencer's only going in Aussie because he's been thrown out the inner ring, the inner rim. He's away on Boxer now and
Yeah.
Talk Sport and that, isn't he? He wouldn't be saying that if he was still on Dead Zone.
Well, I think he's in a better place, really. He's with Ben Shalom. Ben's Rob's best champion promoter.
And the GOAT, Simon.
He's starting to annoy me now, Ben Shalom, to be honest with you. He's fucking, that was a swift love affair. Yeah. He's fucking, he doesn't, I don't know, I think he's making too much noise about this failed drug test for a guy who's a promoter himself, you know what I mean? I just think fucking one of his fighters could pop very fucking soon.
I tell you
know
what,
I mean?
actually, though, you must wonder who the source must be then, eh? Because a lot of folk are putting it on Eubank. But you say, mate, that Shalom's had a lot to say for himself on this situation. But then again, he's going to ask questions about it and that as well. But he could always say, look, no comment, don't want to comment on it, that type of thing. So, but at the end of the day, it's competitive, the rivals. So you got to try and fuck Eddie over when you can,
put
you know.
the boot in, exactly.
Yeah, when he's only, like my old granddad said, Steve, when he's on his knees, kick him over. And when he's over, put your foot on his throat and put a wee bit of pressure each time. Still let him see the drain of life. I was only 12 when he told me that, so it was a wee bit fucking, it was a bit kind of tense when he was telling me this,
on
man.
there.
Yeah, exactly, mate. So, you know, watch these things.
Absolutely. Well, these things come in cycles, don't they? A lot of people who aren't old like us will forget the time. Frank Warren was the big evil back in the early 2000s. Everyone was slagging him off, and then Eddie came on the scene, and these things go in cycles. Frank will still be around. Who knows whether Eddie will stick around or not? Who knows whether Ben Shalom will? Look at Hennessy. He's got staying power. Big Mick at ringside again. So that's the way these things go. Anyway, Bellew of the Week, 496. Andy, who are you going for this week, please?
I'm just enjoying that wee half there, mate. But I'm going for Edward John Peddy Hearn.
Yeah, Peddy. There's one for Peddy. Matthew, who are you going for?
Porn Star pay-per-view.
Porn Star pay-per-view. Loving it. Roberto, who's your nomination for? In fact, who's your pick for, rather?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be, and it's not even in the list. I don't know if it's going to be the Shield Smash the Sky Sports reveal. Couldn't fucking get me. I couldn't get my head around that. I was just waiting for Smith to go, these two are going to meet in the center of the ring and kiss the face off each other for the next 10, Matthew. Who's got the staying power here, Matthew? Legs are shaky, Adam. Legs are shaky. So that was great. And the fucking Porn Star at the Zone fight, like that's just that doesn't even shock me anymore. You know what I mean? Maybe 2 years ago I would have been like, oh, you can't have this. Now I'm just expecting it. So that's not getting it. I think the Shields Marshall reveal and the fact that Michelle Joy Phelps was trying to get to the bottom of it with the two of them was fucking hilarious. In like it's the biggest fucking fight of the week. Like, listen, were the two of you fucking or not? This is what we want to know. So,
I didn't know it was a lovers' quarrel the whole time they were promoting that fight.
I'm thinking, are these two after selling us the biggest fucking fraud of all time? The two of them are fucking behind the scenes and pretend they hate each other for the last 2 years. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm after being conned here. Biggest con since the Guinness fraud, as Russ is saying.
Conor Benn, Rob. That's what it's happening.
Yeah. So I thought that was hilarious, man. Brilliant. Yeah. And the fact that Sky took it down as well afterwards. Fucking leaked
the gloves are off. The gloves are off, all right.
Gloves are off is right. We want to see the gloves are off now, don't we? But right, I
strap them on, right? Strap them on.
I tried to find a clip now. They can deny it or whatever. The both of them have been semi-denying it, tongue-in-cheek denying it, like with big guilty smiles on their face while MJP is trying to get to the bottom of. But speaking of getting to the bottom of, I was trying to show the missus the clip, like, so I was trying to find it on YouTube. I was like, shit, they pulled it. But when I put in the search, like, and I managed them from like one goal, and the tagline is, "Have you ever seen Clorissa Shields' arse?" So, you know, Maybe there's,
Jesus fuck.
maybe there's
It's
something
fucking
to it.
tidy, I'll tell you that much.
I love the
Oh,
quote,
yeah.
mate. I'm going for that as well, because especially given the fact Phelps was in the middle of it and Ozzy described it as a pissed up auntie last week. I'm going for the revelations.
She's like a pissed off auntie trying to get to the gossip. So he's fucking or what?
So, go on, Ozzy. Who you going for, please?
Oh, I'm torn me between back-to-back awards for Pedward, John Hearn, or the shitty DAZN thing. But I think we've got to got to be that wank DAZN card, which was shown last night.
There we are then. That's 2 for the porn stars and 2 for the DAZN card.
You know how I love a draw, Steve. You know how I love a draw.
2 for the porn stars and 2 for Marshall Shields. So there we go. It is a draw. Congratulations, everybody, for episode 496 of Bellew of the Week.